one game in the Prinx Tires USL Cup on this fine Sunday afternoon from Maimonides Park in Brooklyn, New York. It's Brooklyn FC welcoming the Portland Hearts of Pine. Should be a fun ride in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Alongside MLS veteran Ricky Lopez, I'm Joe Malfa. Quick look at the standings here in Group 5. Both these teams very much alive. Portland with the win could end the day atop the group. Brooklyn could climb to within 1 point of first place, Hartford Athletic. And Ricky, it's been up and down so far for Brooklyn here in USL Cup.
You look at the first match against the New York Cosmos, Obregon scores were fantastic goal and a difficult place to play. A really good timing of the header, heads it down into the ground, makes life difficult for the goalkeeper. And this is all about Will for Alves, the center back. Notice top of the 18-yard box, that first touch is phenomenal and just smashes it into the back of the net. But the second round wasn't the same success for Brooklyn. Defensively, they got spread apart. Hartford Athletic goes into Maimonides Park and they pick up 3 points. It's an opportunity for Brooklyn to right their wrongs here at home against a very good Portland side.
And one of the best young players of the season for Brooklyn has been Marcus Anderson.
Marcus Anderson is just a nightmare to defend because he can do a little bit of everything as an attacking player. He can drop in, he can link up the game, but he also has the ability to stretch the game and get in behind. When he is in that final third, he's a really composed finisher. Service hit to him is going to be important.
On the other side, Portland Hearts of Pine had their big coming out party under the USL umbrella in 2025. Part of that was the success they enjoyed in USL Cup, and they're back at it again after a disappointing loss to Westchester in the opening round.
But a fantastic result against Rhode Island and beating Conno Smith when they do play at home. They're just so difficult to beat. They scored some fantastic goals, and this side knows who they are in terms of their identity. Ollie Wright, he's at the thick of everything, but these players, they want to make you uncomfortable. They want to be on the front foot. Can they translate that into a tighter field here at Maimonides Park?
Well, we got to talk more about Ollie Wright because so far this season, he is averaging 1 goal contribution per game.
He's the type of player that when he does get the ball, he brings you to the edge of your seat because he can create this spectacular, the ability to go 1v1, to make his defender look silly at times. In that final third is when he is at his best. He needs to be really good for Portland if they want to pick up points on the road.
Now, there were 16 games in the Prinx Tires USL Cup yesterday. Busy whip-around action. Today, it's just the one. It's Brooklyn FC, it's Portland Hearts of Pine, and it is next on ESPN+.
Hearts. No two beat the same. So we built a team of the best heart surgeons, pioneers of the most modern techniques, who always find the one approach that's best for you. But while each surgery is unique, the outcome is the same: the highest success rates. NYU Langone Health.
Prinx Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx Tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor for the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more. Players have taken the field at Maimonides Park after a brief half-hour weather delay. Nothing actually came through over the stadium, just a storm out to sea that was within the lightning radius. So the players took a brief break, came back out, and we're finally ready to go. First, a look at the starting 11 from Marlon LeBlanc's Brooklyn FC.
3 in the back, so it gives you the flexibility without the wing backs. Froxton and Olin Jr. do a really good job at providing the width, and once they do get to that final third, provide service into Anderson and Stojanovic. That relationship is going to be really crucial on and off the ball. Expected to put pressure on Portland's back line.
And on the other side for Portland, Bobby Murphy's team spent the week on the road, a loss in Corpus Christi, hoping to get back on track here this weekend in Prinx Tires Cup.
Tight confines here at Maimonides Park, so winning second balls are going to be really important. Mateo, Kidd, Varela, and Barbosa, that central location, understanding that if you do play direct into Kamara, having the ability to win those duels and push higher up the field will be crucial for Bobby Murphy to establish their dominance.
Everything flows through Ollie Wright. He touched on it off the top. 12 games in all competitions, 6 goals, 6 assists, averaging a goal contribution per game. To their final paces before taking the field here in Brooklyn. Beautiful day otherwise, some dark clouds passing overhead, but not supposed to, knock on wood, be any issues the rest of the way. All up for grabs right now in this group, Group 5. In the Prinx Tires USL Cup. This is one of those pivotal matchups. Neither side would be fully out of the equation regardless of what happens today, especially with the wild card option. 7 group winners make it through, plus the best second place team, but it's certainly an uphill battle for the loser, and the winner would be right there going into the final day of play with Hartford at the top. Brooklyn struggling in regular season play. Could use this to springboard them, just as Portland Hearts of Pine did last year. And to begin last season, mostly on the road, Portland, as they were getting their stadium ready. Then they had success in this tournament. They started having a string of home games. They ended up in the playoffs in their inaugural season in USL League One. It's Brooklyn in the black from left to right. Portland in the red and white from right to left. Corrigan, the referee, waiting for him to send us on our way. Great traveling support for the Portland fans as well. Feels like the most noise in this venue might come from the Hearts of Pine fans. What they've built in less than 2 years has been nothing short of spectacular. And away we go from Brooklyn. Glad to have you with us on ESPN Plus alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. Only game of the day in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. And expect a lot of exactly that. Tight confines, a lot of direct play. Hope for a bounce to go your way.
So if you are a center back, communication as one does challenge for the initial ball, and the other one drops off, and providing coverage. So finding that balance for both of these sides throughout the back, really important to try to get a clean sheet.
Ladapo back and forth with Kamali Green. Green, one of the holdover players from last year for Portland. They mostly made over a roster, but the core remained intact. Breck Evans, one of the newcomers on it now.
A little bit of a different look here from Brooklyn, sitting a little bit deeper, inviting Portland to try to play to the back.
Doesn't look like Portland really wants to. Spend about the last 30 seconds right here. It's the difficulty of this field. I don't want to belabor the point too much, but it's shorter in length. It's incredibly narrow. I had a match that I called here a couple months back where a player accidentally committed a penalty. It was a throw-in down near the box, and it was such a short throw-in. Just naturally, mentally, as a player, you don't think you're in the box because of how short a throw it was, but they were just inside the corner of the box. That has to do with player awareness, of course, but it does mess with your brain a little bit. The sight lines, because there's no ad boards in certain areas as well. You've got the rides going on in the background overhead. There's a lot going on here. It's a little bit to get used to if you're Portland.
It's one of the hardest things in USL Championship, USL League One, is the different confines of different fields that you play in. Knew as a player I hated to play on a converted baseball diamond because your spatial awareness was all off. It goes to the point that you're talking about.
Can you turn these moments into quick transitions? That becomes the question. Flicked on by Marcus Anderson. Really a lot of a game like this comes down to staying clean at the back. No mistakes. Bobby Murphy's group mistakes have been an issue here or there defensively. And in that game that lost 3-2 against Corpus Christi, and the week coming in, felt that there were good spells, but just beat themselves in that 3-2 defeat. Team spent a couple of days in Austin, a little mini vacation basically before coming up to Brooklyn for this game. He, in jest, said to us, I might not know how to coach sometimes, but I do know how to book a vacation, and they enjoyed their couple of days off on the road.
Do know how to plan a trip. Anytime I go on vacation, you know who I'm going to call, Bobby Murphy.
Mateo Kidd. Josh Track. Here's Ollie Wright. It's an interesting one today for Ollie Wright, a player who thrives in space and his creativity. What can he do in the tighter confines? Will he be able to have the same impact he typically does?
So number one, if you play in the wide parts of the field, your positioning, trying to keep the width, always going to be important. If you do that, now that gives you a half of a yard to 2 yards to run at your defender. But also, when you do get on the ball, you need movement centrally. Players that need to come in to support you so you can combine quickly. So understanding where you're going to go with the ball before it comes to you, really important for every single one of these players, especially in the attacking third.
Coming into this game in regular season play, Brooklyn finally got up off the mat. Now 2 wins to their name, but sitting all the way down in 12th in the Eastern Conference, 6 points out of a playoff spot. Portland, meanwhile, right up against the playoff line, just beneath it in USL League One. Good conversation with Bobby Murphy about how this year has mirrored last year in so many ways. 500 record, up and down start. Good moments, bad moments, but it feels like the core is there to go on a run again. Could use this tournament once again as their springboard into a strong back half of the season. And Kaiziel along for Mangione. And all the way back for Vuklatinovic. Flag stays down. Tommy McNamara drives one in. He's looking for Mangione. Cleared by Mo Mohammed.
Once this Brooklyn team does get going in the attacking third, there is a lot of rotations and a lot of flexibility in how they can attack you. We can see McNamara starting a little bit deeper. He provides it with. Only Junior drops in. So there is a lot of overloads, whether it is movement from inside out, outside in. And that's a fluidity that Marlon LeBlanc instills in every single one of his players. And even to start this game a little bit different in terms of the formation for Brooklyn, starting in a 4-back. So Frogson is going to sit right next to Latinovic centrally. Van Kayziel and Alves will be both of your outside backs. And then you have 3 across the middle in Pinto, McNamara a little bit higher. Only Juniors drops deep. So again, fluidity for Brooklyn here.
Touch into space from Anderson. Marcus Anderson. He's been their most dynamic player in the attack. Mangione lost it. Ollie Wright very deep to help win it back defensively. Here's Wright. It's got to be frustrating for him today. Marlon LeBlanc looking on. Experience in this league previously. Philadelphia. And now And man for this new project in Brooklyn. Last win in any competition for Brooklyn came back on April 25th. Their 3-0 victory over the Cosmos in USL Cup. Since then, it's been 4 losses and a draw. The draw came last week, 2-2 against Sporting Jacks on the road. Sporting Jacks still the only winless team in USL Championship. And behind Anderson, the header! Great start for Brooklyn for the home crowd, up 1-0.
A phenomenal goal here from Brooklyn, especially with how tight this field is. If you couldn't draw out Portland in terms of their press, notice the amount of space. But Van Kazeel gives you ball ability and the ability to break lines with his passing range. But this is a phenomenal movement from Marcus Anderson, playing in between both center backs. The athletic ability to get on the end of it, but also the body control to push it by Oladapo here. Wonderful header to give Brooklyn the lead here at home.
Fifth goal in all competitions for Marcus Anderson. 3 assists. He is their top man. Player that Marlon LeBlanc is familiar with from their time together in Philadelphia. And to bring him in as part of this new venture in Brooklyn and paying major dividends. From an individual standpoint, this Brooklyn team is loaded up on talent. It just hasn't clicked to this point as far as the results go. You've got Van Kazeel, who's been an all-league player in USL Championship. Anderson, a bright young talent. They've melded together the experience, the youth, the talent. Someone like Tommy McNamara in the midfield and his 200-plus games at MLS. It just hasn't clicked. And it stays like this, where if you get things going in the right direction, things can change.
But just a touch there from Van Kazeel, just so clever, just so good. Trying to lead Marcus Anderson onto it, and the positioning from the striker, how he starts in between the 2 center backs, makes it life very difficult.
Van Kazeel again pulling the strings. Stojanovic angling one back post. Anderson nearly another.
Evans and Green having a difficult time dealing with the movement of Marcus Anderson here. No pressure on the ball. You need to drop. This is far too easy for Stojanovic. Try to pick up his head and bend it into the path of Anderson. Thankfully, Mohamed is there at the back post to make life difficult and just throw off Anderson a little bit. We talk about the rotation and communication for the 2 center backs. Struggling 11 minutes in.
Evans. Cuts one long. Second ball picked up by Varela. Dispossessed by Van Kazeel. Winning second ball so crucial in these tight confines. That right there, it wasn't a great ball. It wasn't a great defensive play, but picking up that second ball could have been a goal-scoring opportunity for Varela. Ali Wright delivers off the chest. Varela settles. Dug out by Pinto. And he clears the line to the field up toward Anderson. He's going to get there. Flag stays down. Anderson, 1v2, waiting for support. Anderson making room, deflected. And Kazeel, pace picking up a bit. Pinto, McNamara. Mangione pressuring, almost a miscommunication between Mohamed and Green for a Brooklyn throw. You could enter the Prinx Tires USL Cup Game Day Kit Sweepstakes for your chance to win a prize pack worth up to $2,000. Scan the QR code on screen to enter today. Mangione on the turn. Mangione, the shot just wide.
Well done for Mangione, ability to turn it in a tight area. But just notice the amount of time and space he has here. Get on the half turn, take 2 touches, and unable to wrap his right foot around it to find that far post. Again, the 2 center backs need to be more aggressive there, Kamali Green and Evans, at closing down that space.
Well, after Portland spent about the first 90 seconds of this game holding the ball on their own end, team's starting to play a bit. Early goal will do that. And now the pressure from Portland troubling. Cleared by Lucas Burns. McNamara. Vuklutinovic. Anderson dropping in to receive, looking for CJ Olney. Stumbled, was brought down, and the foul granted.
Been really good, Marcus Anderson. I'm seeing the goal, but his movement as well this time pops off the back line into that half space. Brings in Molly Green.
McNamara. This hasn't rolled along to him. Weaving his way through, McNamara. Only right digs it out. Much room to maneuver. Stojanovic gets in the way of it. Only cleared. Only as far as Gabi Alves. Now it's only curling one in. Headed clear again by Kamali Green. Brooklyn FC fans, this is your chance to get even closer to the action and experience Brooklyn FC from a whole new perspective. Let's get the QR code on the screen to enter for a chance to win 4 free seats in Brooklyn FC's new pitch side seating area. These seats put you just steps from the action where every pass, tackle, and goal feels like it happens right in front of you. Quarter of an hour in. Well, LeBlanc and staff happy to see a 1-0 lead. Courtesy of Marcus Anderson in the 8th minute. Brilliant ball over the top from Thomas van Kuyzeel. Barbosa. Only right. Can't get there, neither can Josh Drack.
Just drugged in right now, Portland, to find any sort of way to break through this mid-block for Brooklyn. Martin LeBlanc doing a really good job at dropping his side and making life difficult. Almost just baiting Portland to try to beat them through the lines. The 2 center backs struggling to find any sort of rhythm as well between Kamali Green and Breck Evans.
It's inherently such an advantage for Brooklyn playing at home. Understanding more so of the confines and little nuances. Knowing that as soon as you get across midfield, it's a chance to serve, it's a chance to go. At what point does Portland maybe make the same realization and get a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more direct?
But just notice the amount of players they have sitting deep here for Portland. You do not need Kidd and Barbosa sitting that deep. One of them needs to push higher up the field. What that'll do, that will push Brooklyn a little bit deeper, so then that allows your center backs to have more time and space. Because right now you're committing 6 players in the build out for Portland, which makes life difficult for Brooklyn, or easy for Brooklyn, because it's right in front of them.
Right flicks it on, hunted it back, but brought down was Walter Varela. Right. Into the punch by Callum Frogson. North Carolina Tar Heel. Good career there collegiately in his first year now as a pro, Frogson. This is Portland's game. A lot of quick touch. There's just not much room between the sidelines, between the extra bodies in the middle. There's not much room to pull off their usual combinations or usual rotations. Maybe you have to take a page out of Brooklyn's book. It worked for them. And Kaisil in perfect stride.
Just leads Marcus Anderson, a phenomenal ball. This is a really good look at it here. Notice the movement and the spacing of Anderson between both center backs. If you are Kamali Green, you need to pull off Breck Evans, have him drop deeper, or you need to rotate across quicker. Wonderful ball, even better header for Marcus Anderson of Brooklyn.
Mangioni's pressure. Flex it out for a goal kick. Portland frustrated. Could see it in the body language through 18 minutes. Barbosa. Evans stepping up. Trying to take a page out of Van Kaisil's book, drops it in perfectly! Just like that! Abubakar Kamara levels!
Just mentioned, you need more numbers high up the field. That will give your center backs more time and space to play through this mid to low block. Evans picks up his head, no pressure whatsoever. But notice Burns, the goalkeeper. He's caught a no man's land. Is he gonna go? Is he gonna stay? That little bit of a hesitation allows Kamara just to step onto it. Not the best of goalkeeping, but a quality finish for the striker to just push it by Burns here and equalize this game here at Maimonides Park. But if you are a goalkeeper, your decision making and your decisiveness is so important.
I posed a question a moment ago. How long until Portland just takes a page out of Brooklyn's book and goes direct? Worked for Brooklyn. The first time Portland tried it, worked for Portland. Sometimes simpler, better on this field in this situation. As effective as Portland has been last year and this year, with the quick combination play led by Ali Wright, they like today. Old school. Have your center back come up, ping one, finish it. You made the comment earlier that playing on a field like this would have frustrated you as a player. On the flip side of that, as a 9, there would have been some enjoyment for you. You would have had a few of those at least where you bypass those silly midfielders and just get it from your center back and go.
Well, so every single time you get the ball in your attacking third, it's a shooting opportunity as well. Put the ball in the half turn, why not?
A long way to go still, but remember, if tied after 90, straight to a shootout. Teams will get a point each for the draw, and then the shootout for the bonus point. Both these teams still very much alive in Group 5. Ali Wright stood up by Van Kaisil. Brought down by Varela. Has options, Wright, back to Varela. Kid. Bad news for Portland if they're able to pull off a victory here today and be on 7 points alongside Hartford. They don't control destiny. They don't face Hartford in the final day. They face the Cosmos at home in Portland, so a favorable matchup for Portland. Brooklyn would face Rhode Island. Difficult draw that would be for Brooklyn. From a long way out, only curling it kisses the bar on its way by.
Good effort from Only, sets up his defender. really well here. Drops the shoulder and tries to bend it towards this far post. Unable to have it come back in and tuck it in.
Here's your look at the remaining Group 5 schedule. So Hartford and Portland, depending on how things go today, could both be on 7 points going into that final match day. Rhode Island, Brooklyn, an all USL Championship affair. Now the first tiebreaker in this tournament, free kick going Portland's way. The first tiebreaker is head-to-head. The second tiebreaker is total wins in group play. And the third is goals scored. So it's not a goal differential equation, it's a goals scored equation. Things to keep in mind. And there wasn't and will not be a head-to-head between Portland and Hartford. The way things are schedule-wise here, you don't have even schedules of every team playing every team. So if it were a Hartford versus Portland equation, it would be a matter of the secondary tiebreakers. And if they were to end up tied on points, probably is going to go down to the goals scored. Start wargaming it out. If they're tied on points, they're almost guaranteed to be tied on wins. So in the goal scoring department, Portland could use some. Like today, open things up. Cozier confines, chances galore. See what you could do. Summer of soccer is heating up, and Brooklyn FC has partnered with Windmill Air to kick out your rent and kick out the heat. Scan the QR code for your chance at $10,000 of free rent, along with a free AC and purifier, courtesy of Windmill Air. $10,000 of free rent was very good incentive to scan a QR code. Granted, in Brooklyn, that's probably about 2.5 months of rent, but still. Looking through again for Kamara.
Just trying to overplay here. Kunga does a good job at cutting into the interior. You need to be a little bit more aggressive at continuing to drive at this back line. If they're not going to press you, why not? Why not have a go?
Latinovich looking long. Anderson camping under it. It's back for Mangione. Driven ball through. Comes all the way across. Man down in front, play on. And Kaisil lofting one back for Anderson. And now play will be stopped.
The left ankle of Drac. Really awkward. It's been a really good addition to this back line for Portland. See the work rate up and down the left-hand side. Quality service when he does get into that final third, but very good in his 1v1 defending. A player that Bobby Murphy are really pleased with within the roster here.
Be a drop ball to get things going again for Brooklyn. They weren't happy that play was stopped, but dangerous moment there. Player down in the box amid all the bodies. Very high injury and dangerous play risk. Only Mangione turns. He's already had one go from long range. Chipped up over the top toward Anderson. Bounces into the hands of Oladapo.
Just the positioning of Anderson to anticipate. Makes himself a nightmare as his ball comes horizontally. What he does, he tries to play off the shoulder of Kamali Green, just a little bit too heavy on that ball. Oladapo heads up to come off of his line.
Three days away from action on the CBS Sports Network. Wednesday, June 10th, the USL Eastern Conference Championship clash under the lights. Tampa Bay Rowdies defend their home turf against battle-tested Charleston Battery at 7 p.m. Eastern. Catch all the action on the CBS Sports Network June 10th. Will the Rowdies lose? That has been a question we've been asking since the beginning of March, and the answer has still been no. In every competition, 3 wins from 3 games in Prinx Tires Cup. They're already clinched into the quarterfinals. 8 wins, 3 draws in regular season play.
And in 3 days' time, I still believe that answer will be no.
Yeah, I think I agree. Charleston had a tough one last night. Grueling 90 minutes scoreless against Pittsburgh, went to a shootout. Tampa Bay had a much easier time. And their 2-0 victory. They were able to rotate the squad as well a bit, Tampa Bay.
And that game's at Al Lang, correct?
It's at Al Lang.
Yep.
They were on the road against Jacksonville, so the way things were in the standings, they were able to rotate, having the 2 wins in their back pocket already. Games at Al Lang. Again, doesn't really matter where they've played this year. They've been terrific.
Spacing a little bit better here for Portland as this game has progressed. Specifically with the outside backs, they're pushing a little bit higher with Mohammed and Drac. That pins back the 2 outside midfielders of Brooklyn, which is only Junior and Stojanovic, and that opens up that space centrally. That's exactly how you found your equalizer. A lot better balance and spacing through the back when building out for Bobby Murphy and company.
Half an hour gone. Portland still has just 1 shot. It's the goal. Back in the 19th minute from Abubakar Kamara. Standout collegiate player, a couple of years at Louisville. Then went across state to Kentucky before finishing at Penn State. Opening goal belonged to Marcus Anderson about 10 minutes prior to Kamara. Takes us into the hydration break here in half number 1. A goal apiece to the first half hour. And a natural break in the action. Coaches an opportunity to make some adjustments going into the last quarter hour of this first half. I think both teams would be relatively happy with the way things have gone so far. It's a great day for the kids at the park, by the way. It's June 7th, Ricky. It's National 6-7 Day.
Oh my God. 6-7? Surprised we haven't seen that motion in the crowd. Bottom side of your screen, number 92. Notice how he inverts himself and his first touch. Now Marcus Anderson plays in between both center backs and just invites this ball to be played into his path. It's an athletic, it's an acrobatic finish to go out and get it and then have the body control to head it by Oladapo. Phenomenal ball, even better header. And that is how Brooklyn took the lead early in this match. And that is something I will not do. I will not get on a roller coaster. I will not get on a carnival ride. But there's something I will do. I'll try to score goals. Rick Evans does a good job at picking up his head. And Luka Burns, he gets caught in no man's land. Is he going to step? Is he going to drop? That little bit of hesitation allows Kamara to get on the end of it. And it's an easy, composed finish just to push it by across his goal and find the equalizer for Portland Heart to Pine.
It was an interesting celebration, too, from Kamara. He almost seemed annoyed that there weren't as many people around him initially, and I didn't take that in any way as like a selfish thing celebrating. I took that as a leadership thing where hey, come on, boys, like let's go. We're still in this. It's 1-1. not sure why they were so glum after that start.
It was that, and then as Brooklyn scored, Martin LeBlanc was trying to get his whole team towards the corner flag to celebrate as a team as well. Are you a big ride goer?
Yeah, I'm with you. Not at a carnival. I've
saying
seen.
Period. No.
Oh, overall, yeah.
No.
Amusement parks for sure.
No. Not for me.
Just have a weak stomach, or
Motion sickness. Just don't like the sensation.
got it. You're a baby. Okay.
My first roller coaster ever, the Hulk.
Oh, that's a good one.
No, and I threw up. Not good.
That's a good one.
No, it's not.
All right.
You got to ease yourself in, right?
Would you do the Wonder Wheel? That I've never
This?
done. Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's a little. I don't know. It's not for me.
What are you like the dropping ones?
No. I like roller coasters. I don't like the drop towers though. You see Nathan's in the distance as well. We're less than a month from the hot dog eating contest. How many do you think you get down?
Not a lot. You?
In the 10 minutes, I feel like I could do a dozen.
Well, what's the average?
Oh, it
I know
depends
it's
who you're
not.
asking. If it's,
What's Chestnut doing?
he's getting 67.
Oh my God. 6'7"?
Pressure from Brooklyn. McNamara wants to go quickly. Gets it into play only for McNamara. I mean, McNamara skies one for Stojanovic. Hung up there for a while. Ollie Wright kept it in play. Well done. He hasn't been his usual self in the attack because of the confines, but he's still finding ways to help the team. And Joni lays it off. McNamara further along. Olney. Pinto back for Olney. How many bodies are in this tight area here? McNamara trying to squeak his way through, and it's cleared. Kamara. Pinto. Deflected on the service from Gabi Alves. McNamara, Alves
Good
cuts
ball.
it back. Stojanovic! A passing clinic for Brooklyn. And they retake the lead.
Good movement off the ball, but even better tempo here. As Alves gets on the end line, notice Mangione and Anderson crash towards that goal line, and that pulls out the center backs for Portland. Mateo Kidd gets caught dropping a little bit too deep, and Stojanovic, a really classy finish. Does not need to hit it hard, just simply push it by Oladapo and place it by the goalkeeper. A really good team goal from Brooklyn to take the lead here at home yet again.
Stefan Stojanovic, 3 goals in the regular season. He didn't score nearly enough for what the expectations were at FC Tulsa in his couple of years with Tulsa. 5 goals and 3 assists in 46 games, but he was always dangerous, and I always felt like there was another gear to his game. Maybe finding that now with more of an opportunity and a bigger role in this Brooklyn setup than he had in Tulsa. And it goes back to that conversation we were having earlier. Individually, so much talent with this Brooklyn team. And it's a conversation you and I had yesterday on the call with the Loudoun match. Loudoun, so much individual talent. There's a lot of those teams this year around USL Championship that have a great collection of individuals. And it just feels a matter of time. Whichever one gels the quickest through the summer months can go on that run, can find an easy way into the playoffs. A day like today could be, again, the day that sets Brooklyn right on the path.
It's a really important stretch of the season for a lot of these clubs. You see in the summer months, teams that now have a foundation that they've built in the early parts of the season. Momentum is a real thing when you're talking about USL League One, USL Championship, and USL Cup as well. An opportunity to start to gain that confidence and that rhythm. This Brooklyn team, like you mentioned, not only do they have talent, but they have players that have had a lot of experience within their careers and successful careers in that.
Anderson took it off the chest. And Kaisil. Varela, Kidd, Evans, Barbosa. USL Championship and League One are on CBS Sports and ESPN platforms all season long. Catch live matches and expert analysis every day on the CBS Sports Golasso Network and ESPN+. Go to USLChampionship.com or USLLeague1.com for the complete TV listings. CJ Olney took a deflection, almost got back to it.
That was a similar type of action that we saw earlier in that first half, for Olney just trying to shape his body and bend it around to that far post. Portland struggling centrally. There's too much time and too much space for Brooklyn to play through you. And that allows Olney to continue to stay wide and attack, whether it is Mo Mohammed and Kamali Green at that right side of Portland's back line.
Minutes plus stoppage remaining in this first half. Second time Brooklyn has taken a lead. Select is proud to be the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and USL League One. From the grassroots to the pros, Select is there every step of the way. Visit us.select-sport.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice. Track. Back to their earlier methodology, Portland, of trying to play out of the back and play through. It's interesting, though, Ricky, because that's not what's worked for them today. They've been at their best when they've gone direct, and they've just succumbed to what the field is allowing. Trying to go back to their roots, though. Is it habit? Is it stubbornness? Is it both? But see if they revert. Once again, it's Olney now the other way. Olney. Evans clears.
You also need more out of Kamara and Varela. That relationship has been really quiet for Portland. Walter Varela is a player that is really important to the success for Portland, going higher up the field. You can play wide, can play centrally, comfortable with the ball at his feet, can stretch the game as well. He's been really unimpactful here, 42 minutes in.
Right put Breck Evans in a tough spot. Lofted to Pinto. Malik Pinto, another one of those players, young, still 23. Feels like he's been around forever. CONCACAF Champions Cup experience with FC Cincinnati. Plenty of experience in Next Pro. Striding ahead the other way. And not on the same page again. It's that same relationship that's lacking. Need more, as you said, of Kamara. and Varela. Oladapo looking long. Goalkeeper to goalkeeper. Latinovic. Goalkeeper to center back to goalkeeper. Such is life at Maimonides. Drac.
Especially with how tight this field is. And if you are an attacking player and you do receive the ball, you need to face forward quickly. That last action, Kunga does a good job at popping into the pocket, but his first touch sends him back into traffic, and that allows Brooklyn to get their players a little bit deeper. So especially with how tight it is in between lines, if you do break a line, you need to be quick and you need to be decisive to continue to penetrate the opposition.
Kamara whistled for the foul. He's confused. He thought that he might have been fouled for a possible penalty.
A little bit of confusion between Latinovic and Froxson here. That right arm over their left shoulder. Froxson gets him in trouble. Kamara pulls him down.
Live look at the standings. Brooklyn would sit just below Hartford. Brooklyn takes on Rhode Island. Hartford takes on Westchester in the final day of group play. It's on July 11th, just over a month from now. It sets up for that dramatic final day of Prinx Tire's USL Cup. Last year we had a similar decision type day, and the drama was endless. Once you sort of know the wild card scenarios, that's what makes things really interesting. You've got the 7 group winners that go through, plus the best second place team. Last year it was 6 group winners and 2 wild cards. This year 7 plus 1. Still, the possibilities going into that day last year were incalculable. Only imagine what it looks like this year. Four minutes of stoppage time. One of the prevailing storylines is quickly going to become the Tampa Bay Rowdies be the first team to do a treble. They've got a chance at this tournament. Heavy front runners for the Players' Shield. And of course, beyond that, winning it all. Fed through for only going for goal and smothered by Oladapo.
What we've seen from Brooklyn is once they are on one side of the field, the opposite, whether it is wing back or a winger, continues to pinch in, and that gives them an outlet to stay connected, but also go out the other way. This time, Stojanovic does a good job at releasing Venke Azul.
Olney. Really good first half from CJ Olney. He's been dangerous. He's created, nearly scored one of his own, cutting in off that left side as an inverted winger. A long way out. There's a third for Brooklyn. 2 for Stefan Stojanovic.
The freedom to go and search the game. Stojanovic, whether it is wide, high, or a little bit deeper here, pops off the shoulder. No pressure on the ball yet again whatsoever. And if you give a player this quality the time and space to take 3 touches from about 25 yards out. There's only going to be one result. Thumps this ball cleanly into that near post. Phenomenal strike to give Brooklyn their 3rd right before halftime.
The USL Championship side flexing its muscles over the League One side. And that hasn't always been the case for championship sides against Portland. Look at Stojanovic find a first half hat trick here. Flicks it back. Portland had success last year against the likes of Detroit City, Pittsburgh. And then in Open Cup, they've grabbed a couple of really stellar performances against higher level competition. Hasn't been their day today. Different team on the road than at home, Portland Hearts of Pine. Beat Rhode Island in the last round of Prinx Tires USL Cup. Support is not going to waver, not from these fans. Long throw. Clipped in once again. Header wide. It's great to see this sort of traveling support here in this tournament from a League One fan base on the road in a championship stadium. Beside the success they had in year 1 on the field, Ricky, I think they snatched the #1 spot for best kits under the USL umbrella.
Oh, easy.
I don't even think it's close.
Easy.
And no offense to Brooklyn either. I like these skyscraper kits they've got going on here, but I tell you, every single one they've churned out, Portland, has been top-notch. They didn't churn out the best first half, though. They go into the break, trailing 3-1. It started with Marcus Anderson, then a brace from Stefan Stojanovic, and Brooklyn leads 3-1 at the break.
Need to figure things out centrally for Portland Hearts of Pine. You cannot allow that much time and space for Brooklyn to operate within 25 yards of your defensive goal. That's going to be the biggest talking point for Bobby Murphy. And for Marlon LeBlanc, continue the momentum. If you can play wide to come back centrally, you continue to find success and find that 4th early in this second half.
Brooklyn and Portland both with opportunities to inch closer to the top of Group 5 here in Prinx Tires USL Cup. Right now, it's Brooklyn on top and rolling here at home. More to come from Maimonides Park on a beautiful day in Brooklyn.
Hearts. No two beat the same. So we built a team of the best heart surgeons, pioneers of the most modern techniques, who always find the one approach that's best for you. But while each surgery is unique, the outcome is the same: the highest success rates. NYU Langone Health.
Prinx tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
At the break in Brooklyn with the home side up 3-1 here in Prinx Tires USL Cup. Here's a reminder of how things will work out as we get closer and closer to the end of the group stage in Prinx Tires USL Cup.
"42 clubs in the USL Championship and League One will form 7 groups filled out by region. Each club will play 4 group matches, and when the dust settles, the 7 group winners will advance along with 1 wildcard team, not 2 wildcards like last year. The remaining 8 clubs will be drawn into 4 quarterfinal matches with 1 stipulation. The wildcard cannot be drawn against its group winner. The 4 quarterfinal winners will then be drawn for the semifinal round, with the 2 finalists drawn to determine the host for the Prinx Tires USL Cup final.
This week on USL All Access, the 19-year-old rookie for Charleston Battery, Colton Swan, joins the show.
Just one of 3 players called outside of the MLS pyramid, and only 2 from USL Championship play. Why has his star been on the rise recently for the Charleston Battery? And what's next for the U.S. Youth National Team player? Prinx Tires Cup. Back this weekend, what group do you have to keep an eye on?
Prinx Tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx Tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Today, we accomplished nothing. I mean it, not a thing. And it was kinda everything.
This summer, get 1,000 bonus points and a chance to win 250,000 bonus points.
Hearts. No 2 beat the same. So we built a team of the best heart surgeons, pioneers of the most modern techniques, who always find the one approach that's best for you. But while each surgery is unique, the outcome is the same: the highest success rates. NYU Langone Health.
It is halftime in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. The drama is building in all groups. I'm Dan Lucas inside the USL studio with a look at some of the headlines from League One and the championship. The lone unbeaten club in both leagues is putting up dominant numbers in a 2026 turnaround. The Tampa Bay Rowdies have scored first in all 13 of their matches in all competitions this year. But if you break it down to just 11 games in the championship, the Rowdies have outshot their opponents 50-28 so far. Congratulations to Greenville Triumph for opening the latest of the new stadiums in League One. The Triumph began play in GE Vernova Park with a win over Forward Madison. League One now boasts 3 brand new stadiums in 2026. Young players are starting to earn more and more playing time in League One and the USL Championship. How about Santiago Higuereta from AV Alta? He scored his first professional goal in Week 12. At age 17 years, 249 days old, Higuereta is the youngest goal scorer in AV Alta history, and he beats out Vigo Ortiz of Charlotte Independence by 43 days for the League One youngest player to score this season. Upcoming national spotlight games next Wednesday, the Rowdies and Charleston Battery, Forward Madison and Fort Wayne on the 17th, and Las Vegas and Orange County on the CBS Sports Network. This is the USL Halftime Update. Let's get you back out to your match.
Gorgeous day in New York. Brooklyn 3, Portland 1. Final game of the weekend in Prinx Tires USL Cup. Just one today. There were 16 yesterday. Let's rattle off some of those scores from a busy Saturday in the Prinx Tires USL Cup. The big one that stood out, as we touched on briefly in the first half, Ricky, Tampa Bay 2-0 over Sporting Jacks. Already punched a ticket into the quarterfinals, and they're perfect in all competitions this season still.
Just continue to go along for Dominic Caixada. The roster that he's been able to build, gelling in together, just phenomenal early parts of 2026. Lexington, they pick up the extra point in Detroit City at Keyworth. Oliver Semla faced 5 PKs. He saved 4 of them. Phenomenal for the goalkeeper.
And that was a stoppage time equalizing goal for Lexington. So you tie it late and then you do that. There was a brawl, pretty much, I guess is the best way to put it, between Tulsa and San Antonio. But San Antonio comes out on top of it 2-1. Switchbacks, that was late night sicko action for the fans in USL. That one kicked off at almost midnight Eastern time with a weather delay. They took it 2-1 over El Paso. Rhode Island here in Group 5 with the big win over Westchester.
Spokane take all the points against AC Boise. Nate Miller and company, after announcing the signing of Josh Yarrow, they drop points on the road.
And the last of the scores from last night. AV Alta, USL League One side picking up the victory over USL Championship side Orange County, one of the top teams in the Western Conference. They've been. The Oakland Roots kept themselves alive in their group with a much-needed 2-0 win over Vegas.
Emphatic 3 points for New Mexico at the Lab, taking down Phoenix Rising 4-0. Phenomenal result for Dennis Sanchez.
Sacramento put themselves in position to win their group with a shootout victory over Monterey Bay. It's a great kite flying day. The good breeze, the sun's out. Good time for good fun in Brooklyn, and we've got half number 2 between Brooklyn FC and Portland Hearts of Pine on the way.
Hearts. No two beat the same. So we built a team of the best heart surgeons, pioneers of the most modern techniques, who always find the one approach that's best for you. But while each surgery is unique, the outcome is the same: the highest success rates. NYU Langone Health.
Prinx tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines, from early mornings to late nights, from fun with friends to winner takes all, from the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx tires will be there for the long haul.
Pain doesn't care who you are or why you hurt, but pain can be mastered if you know the way. Fight back with Tiger Balm's legendary herbal power. Trusted for over 100 years, our proven blend of camphor, menthol, and essential oils tames pain with the strength and speed of the tiger, so that you can rise above pain and get back to living. This is the way of the tiger.
Prinx Tires is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the Prinx Tires USL Cup. Built for practical performance and the long haul, Prinx delivers reliability for everyday drivers like you. Visit PrinxTireUSA.com to learn more.
And it's a really good third run from Stojanovic. Anderson only high and wide. That pins back Portland's back line, and that allows Stojanovic from about 12 yards out to simply really class finish to push it by Oladapo. And then notice the amount of time here in space here for Stojanovic. 1, 2, 3 touches. If you are a Mateo kid, you need to be far tighter here. When he turns, you need to apply pressure. You need to have a presence there. You cannot allow Stojanovic that much time to just find the back of the net.
And the stats in that first half paint an even picture, or rather a favorable picture for Brooklyn FC. 9 shots to 4, 4 on target to 1. This is what they do on this home field. They don't see necessarily much of the ball, less than what Portland saw in that first half, but doing more with it and being more effective.
A lot more effective Brooklyn was. Portland struggled to find any sort of rhythm, to find their spacing and their balance when playing through the pressure. And also understanding that the relationship between Kamara and Varela really quiet. Those two players need to get on the same page if you have any hopes of trying to call yourself back into this game.
Stojanovic on hat-trick watch. And Brooklyn, with his efforts, rising into second place in the live Group 5 standings. Hartford on the final day have an opportunity to control destiny, to win, to clinch. Brooklyn would have to hope they stumble. But Brooklyn, being in second place, have an opportunity at the wild card. The best second place team will also go through. A change at the break for Portland. Lagos Kunga's day ends through 45 minutes, and JT Kamara takes his spot. Another dynamic player, Kamara. A little bit of a different profile. Might suit this field in this situation a bit better.
And the left footer playing the right-hand side, so he's always going to try to cut into the interior. Very similar to Ollie Wright, the way that they like to operate on opposite sides of the field, like to combine and once the ball to feed JT Kamara.
Portland left to right in the red and white. Brooklyn right to left in the black. And away we go in half number 2. Uphill battle for Hearts of Pine, trailing by 2. See if the urgency's there or if Brooklyn can slam the door shut. Glad to have you with us on this Sunday on ESPN Plus alongside Ricky Lopez-Espin. I'm Joe Malfa. Reminder of the lone sub at halftime, JT Kamara for Lagos Kunga. I wonder if Brooklyn will be more defensive oriented in this second half or if they'll just play the way they've been playing. It's been effective. They haven't given much to Portland. This one falls out of the sky and falls for Boubacar Kamara, but it's gathered by Burns. Josh Drack, chased by Stojanovic. Ollie Wright dropping in deep. He has been really invisible in this one. It's rare for him, averaging a goal contribution per game, 6 goals, 6 assists in 12 games. These tighter confines just nullify the way he plays. So dangerous in space, so creative in space, but the problem is there isn't any space.
But as a player, you have to be able to adapt here. For Ollie Wright, it's an opportunity to show a different dimension of his game against a higher opposition in Brooklyn in the USL Championship. So his next 45 minutes, not only collectively for Portland, but personally for players, to show Bobby Murphy a little bit of personality, maybe something different, dealing with the different type of adversities here.
Player down. Portland slowly to his feet. Barbosa. Oladapo pressured. Still Oladapo just gets out of his feet. Clears to the safety of the sideline. McNamara over the top looking for Mangione. Flag stays down. Can't watch the match? Turn on Sirius XM FC 157, North America's only 24/7 source for engaging soccer talk, including USL All Access on Tuesday nights, plus live matches from the USL, MLS Premier League, and more, all on Sirius XM FC 157 and the Sirius XM app.
Martin LeBlanc certainly asking for Ollie Wright to go into the book, and rightly so. It's a professional foul coming through the back. Really lucky if Ollie Wright does not see yellow here for Matthew Corrigan.
Chance off of a free kick for Brooklyn. And basically any free kick in the attacking half on this field is a goal-scoring opportunity. CJ Olney, poor service. Back for Latinovic. Next year spent at Orange County. Olney able to settle. Olney drops it back.
Good ball.
Curled in, flicked on. Long run to keep it in for Stojanovic. And he will. Stojanovic delivering again. Flicked out for a corner. Well, now Portland arguing it should be a throw down next to the corner flag. And that is the verdict. Throw, not a corner. So it'll be Gabi Alves coming all the way up to take the long throw. Goes short for Olney, gets it back. Alves. McNamara. Curls one in, back post. Headed clear by Evans. Ollie Wright trying to break free. A few times in this game where he's felt he had space and it just quickly disappears.
It's good work for Stojanovic, making life difficult for Ollie Wright and making him uncomfortable.
Soccer season is here, and SeatGeek is the official ticketing partner of the USL. Get all your USL tickets and more from the #1 ticketing site, SeatGeek, your ticket to great seats. Bosa whistled for the foul. See if Olney can get a better service this time than last.
You know, I had the ability to speak with Bobby Murphy, and I asked him specifically about that central location. Last time out, deployed Kamali Green in that pivot role. He said, look, Green has shown his comfortability on the ball, can break lines, but also just where we are with injuries in that position. Right now, Mateo Kidd, who's played higher up the field, as Musashi Wada got an injury early this season, was playing as a number 10. Sitting a little bit deeper to Barbosa, and that relationship has struggled 53 minutes here just in terms of the balance and the positioning, and that opportunity right there. Henderson very easily gets off the shoulder of Barbosa and draws a foul.
Only better service that time, but foul in the build-up against Brooklyn. Numbers here. Chance for Anderson on the turn. Almost snuck it through from Angioni. Only on the backside. It'll be a corner for Brooklyn. Feels they're more likely to find a fourth right now than Portland is to come back into this one.
Need to keep the game simple if you are JT Kamara. Just far too many touches. And tries to hit the home run ball. Pays right into what Brooklyn's trying to do. Press. Thankfully, Anderson unable to find Angioni. Another dangerous set piece as Only stands over it.
Home run, baseball stadium.
Yeah, you got that?
There you go.
Learning a little bit off of you.
Only drops it in. Good service. Better header. Then Kaiziel opened the day with an assist and now a goal of his own. It's 4-1 Brooklyn.
But this is a result of a silly decision from a sub in JT Kamara. Instead of trying to keep the game moving, you take a second, a third touch, you force a turnover, and that allows Brooklyn to win a corner kick. Wonderful ball in from CJ Olney. The location, the bend, and the pace. And Kaiziel doing a good job at just playing off the shoulder of his individual marker, which is Kamara. He never sees him. You need to open up your hips if you are a defender in this situation. Easy header. And Brooklyn find the fourth right after halftime.
And they might not be done. Only. Now remember, in Prinx Tires USL Cup, once you move beyond the head-to-head tiebreaker, which is the first tiebreaker, and then the wins in the group tiebreaker, you move on to goals scored. That is the next tiebreaker for group winners. So that's for Brooklyn as it pertains to them trying to track down Hartford on the final match day. For wild card determination, goals scored is the #1 tiebreaker before head-to-head. Obviously, there's no head-to-head between the groups. This might be red. It is. A late kick out on the end of that from JT Kamara, whose day lasts only 11 minutes. He subbed on at halftime. He's sent off here in the 56th minute. to worse for Portland.
That's McNamara and Alves close down the space. Notice his left foot. We'll just watch it. Goes down. Little kick out right there. Catches Alves on the right knee. I'll give you a good look at it here. Left leg comes across. And as it extends away from his body, knows exactly what he's doing. Alves is running by. The kick out catches him. Just no need. Pure frustration from JT Kamara.
Even if you're sitting home thinking that it might have been a glancing blow and he didn't make crazy contact, it's the act itself with the intent right in front of the referee. That's already going to be enough for a red.
When you have your studs that high and that exposed and you extend away from your body, you always run the risk.
I mean, simply put, just to use another analogy, if you line up to throw a punch at somebody and you miss, you're still getting sent off for the act of trying to throw a punch. Just because you didn't land it doesn't mean you're going to end up staying on the field. He maybe didn't connect as he intended in that case, JT Kamara, and the replay showed there is contact, even if it wasn't flush. Just the intentional kick out enough is already going to be a goner. Well, that doubles back even more so to what we were just chatting about. The goals scored. That's the #1 tiebreaker for wildcard for the top second place team. Brooklyn, assuming they hold on to win here, if they win on the final day, they're going to end up with 9 points. And that already is going to put them in fantastic position. 9 points as a second place team if Hartford wins and goes up to 10 and controls their destiny and solidifies it. Look at the goals scored. It's 7. So right now, it's among the second place teams. Brooklyn is tied with Omaha for goals scored with 7. You've got 32 minutes to run this up. You're up 4-1. A Portland team that maybe looks defeated today and is now a man down. There's no reason to stop. And Brooklyn needs to think about that.
It's something that I love about USL Cup as well. Rewards teams that want to go for it, that want to continue to put the ball in the back of the net and showcase exciting soccer. An opportunity, like you said, for Brooklyn. You're Marlon Blanc. You continue to tell your boys, continue to go, try to get a 5th.
And there's a level of strategy as well. The conventional wisdom in the regular season, you're up a man, you're up 3 goals. You want to be solid defensively. At this point, you don't really care if you concede 2 more goals of your own if you're Brooklyn, because if you trade off 2 or 3 conceded for 2 or 3 more scored and you win this game in just total chaos 7-4, all that matters is the 7. The goal differential doesn't matter. The fact that you scored 7 does. It's an extreme example, but that's what's the most important thing to consider going forward in this game. As we reach the hour mark, Brooklyn 4, Portland 1. Brooklyn playing with 11, Portland playing with 10. Good step up off the back line by Latinovic. Fed through for Anderson, Marcus Anderson. Brooklyn FC is proud to partner with NYC Footy of the Footy League, where 60,000 New Yorkers of all skill levels make friends and stay fit playing in organized soccer leagues across the city. Visit nycfooty.com to learn more and sign up. Stefan Stojanovic will head to the bench. Abdoulaye Kante takes his place. Stojanovic's bid for a hat-trick ends. On that last foul, by the way, Kamali Green did pick up a yellow for Portland. Some stirring over on the Portland bench now as well. They've only used one sub, but it was JT Kamara, who was then sent off 10 minutes later. So with that in mind, they have no fresh-legged players out there, Portland Hearts of Pine. Everybody out there right now for them started this game. Evans all the way back for Oladapo. This doesn't officially end Portland's bid, but it likely ends Portland's bid. Portland now in terrific position to make the quarterfinals, be it as the group winners if Hartford stumbles on the final day, or as the wild card team, second place team that could finish on 9 points, and they have 7 goals to their name. Brooklyn ends with Rhode Island. USL Championship affair on July 11th. Olney. McNamara. Pair of changes coming for Portland. That'll be all for Josh Strack and Abubakar Kamara, who tallied today. Esteban Espinosa replaces Strack. Scarlett replaces Kamara. Offside against Portland as Brooklyn readies 3 more changes of their own now. And this game getting a wholesale shuffle in terms of the participants. Zion Scarlett chasing. Fresh legs up top.
Good ball.
Squared by Conte. Settled by Ankaizil.
Need to be stronger there if you are Scarlett, especially since coming onto this field. Physical attributes, big physical number 9. You need to fend off rocks in there. You cannot allow Portland to regain possession. And again, draw a silly set piece from an interesting location.
Only one of the players, we're told, is being prepared to come off for Brooklyn when they make their changes. So this could be his final involvement. Sean Hundel will replace him. Only an assist this half already from the corner. Telegraphed that one, well read on the one-man wall of Ollie Wright. Wright switching, squeaks it through. And a foul called against Espinosa.
And Espinosa tries to run this down. The foul there. Yeah, lands on the right ankle of Alves. No malintent, but not going to feel good if you are. Gonna be Alves, who's had himself a wonderful game at the left back position, as we see the subs coming in for Marlon LeBlanc.
Sean Hundel for CJ Only, Jaden Cervania for Peter Mangione, and Johnny Klein for Tommy McNamara.
Johnny Klein's an interesting addition to this Brooklyn side. Spent time in MLS Next Pro with St. Louis City, then went to Monterey Bay, didn't really stick there. Now comes over to Brooklyn here, and he's a player that really comfortable with the ball at his feet, likes to play in the tight areas, can play in between lines, a pocket player. You can get him going. If you can get production out of Johnny Klein, then you have another real weapon for Marlon LeBlanc.
Minutes remaining, and Brooklyn a chance to break out here off the long throw by Lucas Burns. Conte, Abdoulaye Conte on the ground to the back post. Just like that, a lightning quick counter. It's 5 for Brooklyn. It's 2 on the day for Marcus Anderson.
How quickly things can happen here at Maimonides Park, and how quick Brooklyn can break in transitional moments. This is an attacking throw-in for Portland Hearts of Pine. Love the recognition here for Burns to go quick. Bottom up side of your screen, notice the amount of numbers you have for Anderson. You have Klein, Hundel coming in, Cervania's in the picture. No one at this far post. That is not X and O's, that is just pure want to drop back and do your defensive duties for Portland, and that is just simply not good enough. A gift for Anderson to that back post, good ball across from Conte. And yet another for Brooklyn here at home.
And disarray on the back end for Portland. It's just about 20 minutes remaining, factoring in stoppage time. There's no incentive to stop. This isn't a sportsmanship equation here. This is Brooklyn trying to score as many as they can to improve their chances of going through to the next phase, in the knockout phase. It's the 7 group winners, and then the best second place team. The first tiebreaker for that wild card spot is goals scored. They've now scored 8 so far through almost 3 matches. It's the most goals among second place sides at the moment. On the final day they face Rhode Island, and they win that game with the goals they've scored, and they will have put themselves in terrific position to go through. Portland making 2 more changes. Take off Breck Evans and Diogo Barbosa. It'll be Khalid Hersey and Serenia Mbakefe. A great setup here if you're Brooklyn. Up 4 goals, up a man. This is the time to pile on. And look at this, another attacking throw-in for Portland. That's how they scored a moment ago, Brooklyn on the breakout. Player down for Brooklyn. After that strong defensive step by Portland.
It's interesting, Joe. You and I had the ability to speak with Bobby Murphy ahead of this match. And one thing that really frustrated him was how naive they were when they played against Corpus Christi. Giving Corpus Christi the ability to win their first USL League One match in the league. So yes, the travel has been tough, but coming into Maimonides Park, where you know there's going to be different factors, including the surface, the size. Not the response that Bobby Murphy and company would have hoped for.
A "We Want 6" chant breaks out from the Brooklyn crowd. Red card came about 20 minutes ago. JT Kamara. Tempers flaring here with the score being what it is. Marcus Anderson's day ends with 2 goals to his name.
2 very different goals. First one phenomenal to get on the end of it, diving header to push it by Oladapo, on the second one just a willingness to crash towards that far post, and a gift of a player of his quality. Player coming into this match, player to watch for Brooklyn. Really good performance from Marcus Anderson.
Latinovic picked up a yellow card a moment ago.
eFootball's here. Live your dream, rep your team, and play as your favorite USL Championship club. eFootball's free to play. Download now.
Feels like Brooklyn's playing eFootball today with all the goals. Video game-like numbers.
Just coming through the back, Latinovic catches the heel of Varela.
What's going to be your biggest takeaway from this weekend of Prinx Tires USL Cup action? Or the 16 games yesterday, this one here today. What's, at the end of the day, Ricky, the biggest thing that stands out as far as what it means for teams going forward into the possible quarterfinals, and before then, the last day of group play on July 11th?
I think you and I had numerous conversations, whether it was with our peers, coaches, players. I think this group specifically was wide open, right? It was an opportunity for either Portland or Brooklyn to put pressure on Hartford. A lot of contact yet again. Espinoza having a really difficult time coming up the tempo. Cervania comes through. I think it's the initial contact here
In the live table, Brooklyn would be the top-ranked second-place team because their goal that made it 5-1 gave them 8 goals to Omaha's 7. And they add a 9th goal. Cervania whips it in. Here's your Group 5 table update. So again, Brooklyn very much alive still to win the group if Hartford drops any points on the last day, while Brooklyn picks up all 3 points against Rhode Island. But they do have that other passageway through as the top-ranked second-place team at the moment. Split through, great ball. Flag comes up though on Jaden Cervania.
It's a good step in the end from Fay here just to catch out Cervania about half of a yard offside. Phenomenal ball from Pinto.
From Brooklyn. It's coming from all angles, even more so after they went up a man. Mike stays down. Conte deflected. De Silva, the header. In the hands of Oladapo. Distance, rolls wide. It's going to be a difficult trip back home for Portland. Coming off the loss in the midweek against Corpus Christi, which gave Corpus Christi their first win of the season. This defeat, a stinging one from the scoreline, coupled with the previous loss to Corpus Christi, and add in that it pretty much ends any chance they have at advancing through it in Prinx Tires USL Cup. It's going to be a long ride back. You know, from last year, though, Bobby Murphy, as good as any, picking up the pieces, and all it takes is one more game back at home in front of those fans to lift the vibes once again for Portland Hearts of Pine. Klein. Cervania. Outside of the boot, not much on it from Conte. From here, Portland Hearts of Pine will host Chattanooga a week from today. So they get the whole week off. And they visit Westchester and host Richmond to round out the month of June. Brooklyn has 2 difficult road games coming up, at Louisville and at Indy 11. Then they get a home game, but by the way, that's against the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And if that wasn't rough enough, then they go at the reigning champion Pittsburgh Riverhounds. So it is a brutal 4-game stretch coming up for Brooklyn in regular season play.
So the hope for Marlon LeBlanc is to use this game to grow confidence and to gain some momentum, because those games make or break in your season.
I don't think you could devise a worse 4-game stretch
tough,
for a team. Louisville, Indy, Pittsburgh away, Tampa Bay at home. And at the end of that 4-game stretch, that's when they have their final game in group play here in this tournament against Rhode Island. Pinto. Through for Conte, lets it run by, well done. Has options. Abdoulaye Conte cuts it back for Klein. Good vision. Spotting the run of Klein. Just barely unable to sneak it through.
But just the explosiveness from Conte. Impressive to let this ball come across his body and off to the races. Like you mentioned, what we've seen from this Brooklyn side, once they do get around the corners and around the 18-yard box, they have a really good feel of picking out runners. A lot of times teams get to that area of the field, they just try to smash the ball across that 6-yard box blindly. Think about the Stojanovic goal. That was a clear cutback into his path. This action trying to find the cutback here. Marcus Anderson's goal at that far post. Really effective strength that we have for Brooklyn here.
It's a 3-1 lead at halftime for Brooklyn. It built upon in the second half. More important than the margin of victory today, again, just the goal total. First tiebreaker for the wild card spot is goals scored. They lead all second-place teams in that category at the moment. One better than Omaha. Servania. Jersey pulled, foul conceded, and rolled back into play quickly by Brooklyn. They want to go. De Silva switching. Knocked down towards Servania. It bounces in the box. Minutes before this is just about official. Can't imagine there's too much stoppage time given the score and a pretty straightforward second half. The only real stoppage that comes to mind was the red card stoppage. Portland would like to get out of here in a hurry. Brooklyn on a day like this hoping it never ends. Pinto. Latinovic. Pinto splits through for Klein. Space for De Silva. De Silva working it along. Brilliant passing sequence again. De Silva. A couple couple of times they've put stretches together like that today. One of them amounted to what would stand as the winning goal. Stojanovic, the goal that made it 2-1, came off a similar passing sequence. De Silva blasts it through, blocked, out for a throw. In their infancy here in year one, this is the most Brooklyn scored in a game. And they are still knocking on the door to make it more. Seen crowd enjoying themselves. We've heard them chanting, "We want 6." The players out there oblige the time they have left. Curled by Van Kazila, almost. Fooled half the crowd.
This is training ground stuff here. A little bit of a pattern. Play the ball into Van Kazila, let it run through. Conte sets him up. And he just steps into it, hits it well, just gets a little bit underneath it, but really well done in terms of the build-up play and the combination between Conte and Van Kazila.
The word we're getting from on the field is there will be no stoppage time. So as soon as this ball's put back into play by Ladapo, that might be it. There's your final whistle. A dominant showing from Brooklyn FC. 5-1, they win it over Portland Hearts of Pine.
From minute 1 to minute 90, the better side, Brooklyn. Off the ball, understood the spacing, their balance. They were ruthless and showed their dominance. That's a massive result for a team that has hopes to advance into the next round of the USL Cup.
Yeah, they're hoping for a stumble from Hartford, but at the very least, if they win, with the goals they've scored, they've got a chance to get through as a wild card team. We'll come back in a moment to wrap things up from Maimonides Park, where it was all smiles and a lot of fun today for the boys wearing black. Brooklyn 5, Portland Hearts of Pine 1.
Hearts. No two beat the same. So we built a team of the best heart surgeons, pioneers of the most modern techniques, who always find the one approach that's best for you. But while each surgery is unique, the outcome is the same: the highest success rates. NYU Langone Health.
Prinx tires in the USL help soccer journeys everywhere to drive harder. From city playgrounds to suburban sidelines. From early mornings to late nights. From fun with friends to winner takes all. From the biggest fan to the biggest heart. And at every turn, Prinx tires will be there for the long haul.
A show was put on today in Brooklyn. We've got a lot of highlights to show you. 6 total goals, split 5-1 in favor of the home team.
And it starts with Marcus Anderson, but first Van Kazila coming centrally. That ball lifted into the path of the striker, letting him run onto it. But I love the spacing and the positioning initially for Marcus Anderson between the hits it out of the park. Gets his brace in this match and a gift at that far post.
So one more look at the standings here to end the day in the group. And Prinx Tires USL Cup, Brooklyn snug up against Hartford, 1 point back. But look at the goals scored, 8-6. So that could be the deciding factor. And also Brooklyn in the driver's seat for the wild card because of the goals scored. Do you like their chances of getting through, Ricky?
I do, in the wild card situation or winning the group.
They've got two options. The final day of group play in this tournament comes on July 11th. You only got to wait a little over 48 hours. Tuesday night action in the Prinx Tires USL Cup is next on deck. Birmingham hosting Corpus Christi. That'll do it for us today from Brooklyn. My broadcast partner Ricky Lopez-Espin and the rest of the crew that makes this possible. I'm Joe Malpa saying so long for now. A dominant showing from Brooklyn FC, taking it 5-1 over Portland Hearts of Pine.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the express written consent of the United Soccer League.